Hi everybody, I'm Owen and welcome back to my Lego shelves. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Lego Game Boy. I thoroughly enjoyed building this. It is not a particularly sort of childhood memory for me. I am of the right generation, just about. I'm a little bit old for Game Boys. But obviously it's an incredibly iconic piece. And this is spot on and really an incredible build, because you've got an incredibly small amount of space in terms of how much is packed in and how good it looks. And more than just looks, feels. Obviously, it's got the plasticky feel anyway, but all of your little buttons have a little motion to them. The control pad there, the two buttons here, and even these two start button, select buttons here. And they've got a different feel to each one of them. And the build is incredibly clever and incredibly complex, because you're ending up having to build in multiple different directions. Big time snot on this. I've got a volume control here. The on-off switch has got a lovely click to it, which just feels accurate. I have to do something about mine, which again feels quite accurate. My A button is a bit sticky, so it sticks down sometimes. But what's going on in the background there is there's one of those little white Lego rubber bands in there that kind of pushes the buttons back out. These are actually just rubber. I think they must have been tires of some kind. And then this is a lot of freedom of motion there. It's so, I can't say enough good things about this. In terms of what else you get, we've got our games, our little cartridge. That's the word I'm looking for, cartridge. And inside these cartridges, I'm almost tempted to break open the whole unit so you can see inside it, but I'm not going to. I'll leave that for you. But inside the cartridges, as you build them, there's sort of a little wiring set in there, and in the sort of almost like that, so you can see it almost like the wiring. And in the Zelda one, there's even like a little battery as well. So you get two. You get this one, and you get a little Zelda one as well. And like I say, there's slightly little different builds inside to mimic the circuitry that you actually have in those things as well. You get a nice little stand which they can rest on for whichever one is not in your game at the time, and that they can be put in. They clip in really nicely, and then your backplate goes back on again. So that's it, what it looks like without one in, and with one in, trying to match it up with the right screen. And it does click down quite nicely, which I sort of remember from borrowing people's Game Boys when I was a kid. The other thing that you get then is the, I think they call it a lenticular, don't they, with the writing. It probably won't come out on the camera very well, but it does move, and it looks just like the original screens as well. So a really lovely set. I think this is a unique piece down here. You've also got quite a lot of printed tiles as opposed to stickers, because they just wanted to get it perfect, and I think they really have done an incredible job of lining it up, even with sort of a 1 by 1 brick here that you can see with the A and the B on there, which looked really weird as you build them. I couldn't quite work out what the sticker was going to, not sticker, print was going to mean, and because it sort of looked sideways, but then obviously it came together nicely, and you've got all the different little controls. Like I say, probably not coming out on the camera, but can't recommend this highly enough. If it wasn't for a rather large object in my background, this would definitely be one of my picks for the whole year. This has been really nice. So if you're looking at the more like 60 quid price range, you could probably get it a bit cheaper than that, right, as opposed to the £900 price range. I really can't recommend it enough. It's excellent. So you get two stands, one for the game and one for the device itself. So it's going to really sit very nicely on that. If you were a fan of the Game Boy, I should think that this is an absolute must. For me, it was just a great build experience, and it looks wonderful and has that kind of tactileness to the buttons as well. So a big recommend for me on that one. So until next time, keep building.